Just take your mask off, please.
No, I'm keeping it on.
I need to see under the mask.
You don't need to see under it.
I do, because what if you had something in there?
In trouble searching me without a section?
You're more than welcome to make a complaint.
I will be.
This episode is brought to us by the Gwen Auditor. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, the Gwen Auditor was spotted outside the Canadian Embassy. The police arrived not to investigate, but to assert control, immediately treating a man with a camera as though he were a high-risk criminal. They skipped the most basic legal requirements and moved straight to a search without even identifying a section of law they were supposedly relying upon. This wasn't a simple oversight. It was an arrogant display of authority that treated a citizen's rights as an inconvenience rather than a legal boundary. This complete breakdown of procedural integrity is precisely why he chose to take legal action against them.
Stop there, please.
Am I detained?
Okay. These
Am I
officers,
detained?
this security from the embassy.
Yeah, I'm still in public.
This guy has been observed filming the embassy.
Yeah.
So we need to consider a search of him of the terrorism act to make sure.
You do this, you know what's going
So we can just walk
It's
away.
not a good idea. Could you identify yourself, please?
You can see my name here, Superintendent Corbyn.
Okay.
We've had a complaint from the Canadian Embassy that you've been filmed photographing people coming in and out of the embassy.
I'm allowed to
Obviously,
film in a
the
public
coronation
place.
is taking place tomorrow, and this is a particularly sensitive
I'm allowed
process.
to film in a public place.
Sorry?
I'm allowed to film in a
You
public
are,
place.
but you're not allowed to gather evidence or material that might be used to support terrorism planning. Do you understand that?
Well, do you have reasonable suspicion that I'm a terrorist?
Well, because these people have observed you...
Do you have
filming
reasonable
premises,
suspicion that I'm a terrorist?
These people have observed you filming people going in and out to the main entrance to the Canadian Embassy. And there's lots of sensitive people moving around the city at the moment. There's a heightened level of security and a heightened threat in the city. And when we see people filming around diplomatic premises, that gives us cause for concern. Do you understand that?
It could be concerned, but there's no reasonable grounds to suspect that I am a terrorist.
Okay.
The moment the superintendent and his team laid hands on TGA, without uttering a single word, they abandoned policing by consent in favor of a display of raw physical dominance. Ignoring the fundamental question of whether a citizen is being detained isn't a tactic. It's a blatant evasion of the law by a senior officer whose legal footing appears non-existent. By moving straight to a search without asking a single investigative question, the superintendent bypassed every professional standard in the book, demonstrating that he wasn't there to gather facts but to suppress a camera. When challenged on reasonable suspicion, his weak reliance on the observations of private security personnel exposed a troubling lack of competence.
There's reasonable grounds you might be gathering information
No, there
that
isn't.
might be used to plan a terrorist attack.
What reasonable grounds have you got?
Well, as I just explained to you,
No,
you've been observed by security at the embassy.
That's not reasonable grounds.
Filming people
Somebody
coming out of
filming in a
premises.
public place is not reasonable grounds to suspect someone's a terrorist.
Okay. Sarge, you got the information here?
Yeah, that's understood, yeah.
So
do you understand?
Yeah, so
On the terrorism act, we've got sufficient grounds. It's not just filming in a public place. It's almost... It appears to them to be targeted. To
It might appear to them, but that's not reasonable suspicion to be somebody who's a terrorist.
Us grounds, yeah.
No, it's not reasonable grounds, that's all.
To search you, okay?
No, it's not.
So you're now detained for the purposes of a search.
Right, we're looking for things in relation to gathering evidence.
Oh, this is an unlawful search. I'm going to just
This is a lawful
No,
search
it's not
under
a
the
lawful
Terrorism
search.
Act.
No, not at all.
My name is, PC Ashton, 3939 Alpha Whiskey. You are entitled to a copy of the search.
Have you not read the guidelines from the MPCC?
So basically, you're entitled to a copy of the search after it's complete. Frank, just pull your mask up for a sec.
No?
It is a damning indictment of the Metropolitan Police's leadership when a citizen has to educate a superintendent on the basic fact that public photography is not a criminal act. Instead of acknowledging this legal reality, the superintendent's decision to huddle with his sergeant for advice revealed a desperate search for a loophole rather than a genuine pursuit of justice. By doubling down on the position, that sergeant demonstrated that the problem was not confined to senior leadership, but appeared to run much deeper. Their collective failure to inform TGA that their body-worn cameras were recording amounted to a clear breach of their own code of practice. By the time they initiated the search, while refusing to answer questions about MPCC guidelines, they weren't merely being dismissive. They were acting outside accepted policing standards, disregarding national guidance in real time.
Tourist site. This is not an iconic site. It's not something that's on the tourist itinerary. It's a sensitive building. It's diplomatic premises. There's no reasonable excuse for you to be filming the premises because it's a diplomatic premises. It's not something tourists would normally do, which is why we have heightened suspicion around your activity, as my colleagues have explained.
Might not be something that you find interesting, that you would go and take photographs of, but
planning a terrorist attack would find it interesting, and to film the entrances, secure security arrangements around it.
As I said,
why you're being searched.
Do you reasonably suspect that I am a terrorist?
No, we are searching you for any items that might be used for the commission or to planning a terrorism act. You understand that? You're not being arrested for an offence at the moment. We've been searched.
Which section of the terrorism act have you used? Which section?
You're more than welcome to look it up afterwards.
No, that's not how it works. It needs to be a section.
Under the terrorism act, we're allowed to search you in relation to gathering evidence. Sorry, if you just stay calm, we're allowed to search it. It's all because we're looking for things in relation to this, yeah?
So you're just searching me without a section, are you?
No, trust me.
The superintendent's attempt to equate unusual behavior with terrorism is a deeply flawed argument that reveals a serious lack of legal understanding. Claiming that a photographer might be involved in terrorism while simultaneously admitting there is no actual suspicion creates a complete contradiction. Suspicion must be based on objective facts, not on a superintendent's inability to understand why someone would choose to film a building. The officer on the ground displayed remarkable arrogance by telling TGA to research the law himself. This wasn't merely a failure of professionalism. It was a direct failure to comply with the requirements of PACE, which requires officers to state the legal power and grounds they are relying upon before exercising those powers against a member of the public.
You're going to be in trouble searching me without a section.
You're more than welcome to make a complaint.
I will be.
You can honestly look at the act afterwards if you want.
No, that's not how it works.
Take your mask off, please.
No, I'm keeping it on.
I need to see under the mask.
You don't need to see under it.
I do, because what if you had something in there that could hurt me or you?
Right.
It's all for people's safety. I hope you understand we're doing this for people's safety.
No, I don't.
You're welcome to read all about the terrorism act, and you'll see. Nothing else
You haven't even given me a
on him.
It's all good in there.
Yeah.
You won't be getting any details from me, Sergeant. I'm not required to give any details. I haven't broken the law.
Required to give details.
No, I'm not giving details.
But you know, like, it's one of the things under PACE, Code G, there is if we don't have name or identification, we can arrest you.
Arrest me for
And then,
what?
and then we just get for not giving name or an address.
I'm not required to.
No, you are under PACE
I'm not
Code G.
required to.
Okay.
You might want to
Take your hands off. Just keep your hands where I can see them, please. Honestly, just can I have your name, please, mate?
No.
Why not?
Are you actually going to arrest me?
I didn't say so. Well, why can't? But you know, under PACE
I'm not
Code G.
required to. I have my right to privacy. I don't need to give you my details.
When the officer smugly told him to file a complaint, he wasn't offering advice. He was effectively admitting that he would rather leave the consequences of his actions to a taxpayer-funded legal department than ensure he followed the law correctly in the first place. The demand to remove the face covering was a classic safety justification. Claiming that a piece of fabric represents a hidden threat is a weak excuse often used to strip away a person's anonymity when there are no lawful grounds to do so. It stretches credibility to suggest that a face covering alone presents a danger to the public, yet the officer relied on that argument to justify physical overreach. Perhaps the most serious aspect was the outright claim that he would be taken to a police cell for refusing to provide his details. The threat of arrest was used to pressure him into surrendering information that the officer had no lawful entitlement to obtain. I've got huge news. Memberships are now officially live. You can support the platform by subscribing through the website below for just $7.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Your support helps keep this platform running, funds independent journalism, and allows me to continue producing the kind of breakdowns, investigations, and resources that people need but rarely find all in one place. If you value the work and would like to help it grow, the link is below.
So you're wrong.
Why would you not
might want to check that because you're wrong there.
Why would you not want to give us?
Because I'm not required to give you my details.
No, but regardless of what, like, why do you not want to though? Realistically, you can stop.
Because I'm a private person, I'm not required to give you my details.
But if you're a private person, why do you think it's okay to go around filming everyone?
Because I want to. I have a right to do
He's
so.
not giving name and details.
What's this? You don't have to.
There we go. See?
It's within his right to.
Thank you, Sergeant. Could you remind your colleague, because he said he could arrest me if he didn't get my name and address. Yes, you did. It's on on
the
camera.
things on
It's
Pace
camera.
Code G is if there's no name and identification, that's something that we can look to use later down the line.
Yeah, if there's, you can cause like social behaviour or anything. But at this stage, I'm happy that there's nothing.
Am I okay to take? Am I still detained? Am I okay to take my property?
No, you're not detained anymore. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Take care.
The Gwen auditor confirms that he received a payout relating to the specific incident, which serves as the ultimate validation that the police conduct in question was indefensible. By confirming that compensation was paid, he highlights that the Metropolitan Police did not simply make an honest mistake. They committed a series of actions that their own legal department was ultimately unable to defend. The final moments of this encounter were perhaps the most revealing, as a junior officer continued aggressively pressing for personal details until a sergeant finally intervened and brought the matter to an end. The sudden reversal, with a notebook and pen being put away the moment a superior officer acknowledged the legal reality, exposed the earlier threats of arrest as nothing more than a complete bluff. It should never require a sergeant's intervention to stop an officer from unlawfully attempting to obtain a citizen's personal information. Yet what we witnessed was a clear lack of basic legal knowledge on the front line. Ultimately, the Gwen auditor walking away with both his equipment and his anonymity intact was a victory for civil liberties. The superintendent's performance was an embarrassment to his rank, demonstrating a complete failure to distinguish between unusual behavior and genuine criminal suspicion. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out the Gwen Auditor. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some support. Thanks for watching. This was Rate the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.